Everybody come and see. I say come and hear. I don't carry and come. Better information, superb advertisement. We no get the rifle. Oh, to get update and get informed. Oh, come to Celestial Half Hour. Celestial Half Hour TV. Now we be the best information carrier.
And Badagry. And Badagry is looking for trouble by giving terrible rights for a Fulani person in Badagry.
That territory.
The place is not safe again. And that's where they have the chief of army staff before, a Fulani man in Kutonu. So what is happening in that area? Because they will be using that border to be bringing things bad into the country. So that area needs to be monitored very much this year. After the toll gate, Lagos to block all the toll gate in everywhere. We can make money from all the cars coming into Lagos. If you come into Lagos 4 times, then you pay 4 times. Everything. Then when you look at what they are doing now is to ask for forgiveness of sin. And when you look at the king, the hierarchy in England, is the king that is ruling. Then when you look at King Henry IV, because he fornicate, he has 2 wives, and he cannot go through. Because in the Anglican church, they destroy everything. Then this is what brought back the Church of England. Then at the end of the day, these are people who manipulate. Go to London now. We are nearly seeing the end of the dynasty. If Charles died any moment from now, of illness or anything, the battle is going to the hand of a black person. And when they are killing the mother the other day, they were thinking everything will be rosy. It's not rosy.
Sure.
Any tree which the Lord has not planted cannot live forever.
Yeah.
That is the mistake all we black people. Do you remember somebody that died in America? Somebody who died in Britain? Somebody who died in Afghanistan? Somebody that died in China? We are going to the same place. We are going to the same place.
Yes.
But when you have money as a millionaire, you believe they should give you a good befitting burial or something like that. Where are you taking this to? And you know when they are telling you, Allah jẹ́ kí n kú re, kí ló kàn ẹ́ pẹ̀lú kíkú re? Hùwà tó fẹ́ hù kó máa bá tiẹ̀ lọ. So automatically, kò sí nǹkan tí Northern lè ṣe. Wọ́n ti jẹ ti wọn tán nínú àbọ̀. Tí a bá ṣe tán sí, wọ́n lè gbé padà fún Igbo. Àwọn náà wọ̀n ní kọ́ márùn-ún, wọ́n ti rú tẹ́lẹ̀ Igbo l'Ọbásanjọ́. Gbogbo ọjọ́ tóun náà rú. Igbo náà ni Goodluck Jonathan. Nnamdi Sambo, Igbo náà ni. Then àwọn náà ti rú gan, àwọn là rú. Rúrú yìí náà ló pa Awólọ́wọ̀. Àti rúrú yìí náà ló fẹjú mọ́ tó pa Ige. Àwọn ló fẹjú mọ́ tó pa Abíọ́lá tó pa gbogbo wọn dànù. So Ọlọ́run ló mọ̀ mú ẹni tá a rò pé kò lè jẹ́ èèyàn yìí tó ló wá sọ́ di èèyàn. So ó dẹ̀ ti gbogbo nǹkan ẹ̀kọ́ wọ̀nyí ló ti wà lórí ẹ̀. So ká jẹ́ kí Ọlọ́run ọ̀gá ògo tó ń lànà fún yẹn kó máa ṣe lọ.
Ẹ ṣé sir. From my own end here, I found out that we the Yorubas, we have so much invested in education. And today, we are not developing. We are underdeveloping. But we, with our experiences and knowledge, we are developing other nations. Yoruba is wasting and losing their potentials. Now, Tinubu came on board. As he is now coming up with policies that will correct things. My fear is this, sir. If he finally departs or leave his 2 tenors and he leaves, the other people, we are looking at it that it might likely go back to the Northerners. If care is not taken, we did not rubbish all he has done, all his policies and all his effort to make sure that Nigeria works out. We did not rubbish it. And as we're talking now, the division is closer to the tip of our fingers. Because if, like what I am saying, everybody knows that Nigeria is corrupt. Everybody, even the baby in the tummy is corrupt today. Now, if these people finally penetrate back into this with all their gẹ́nsẹ̀yìn àti Yorùbá bá ti kúrò ńbẹ̀ àwọn ló kàn then Yorùbá ò ní gbóòórùn presidency mọ́ bàbá ṣé kò ní dáa kí Yorùbá máa lọ lọ ẹ̀ kí Ìgbò máa lọ lọ ẹ̀ kí Hausa máa lọ lọ ẹ̀ káwá mọ àwọn tó kù.
Thank you, sir. Mo ti bẹ̀ẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ bọ́rọ̀ ṣe máa ń ka ẹ lára. When you look at King Henry IV of the Anglican Church, there was a turning point. There is a river or water in Badagry. If they give those water to people, the black people to drink, the white people normally prepare it. They call the place point of no return.
Point of no return.
So when you go there, they give you the water to drink. Within 1 hour, you won't have your brain again. And what are they giving to us the other time? Is umbrella, a bottle of whiskey, a packet of sugar. Then you give 10 people. Thank God where we are today. If the Catholic apologize for involving in slavery, the Northerner will still apologize again.
They will still apologize.
Yes, don't worry, you are in a hurry.
Wow.
That's why we are doing different.
Wow.
When you look at the book of Genesis 3, from 10 to 17, because what happened, Adam refused to say sorry. He was driven out of the Garden of Eden because he was telling the Lord, the man who created him, that he's naked. Then from there, he was jubilating happy. In the book of Genesis 4, 1 to 15, he said, now I have 2 boys from the Idukudu for the rubbish thing I did in the Garden of Eden. When some people were covering it up, that he ate fruit. But later to know that it's fornication that took place there. Then they killed themselves. But later the Lord now brought the 2 boys back again in Genesis 25 and 26. They now became Jacob and Esau. He said that brother that was temperamental will now serve his junior one. So you are worried, don't worry about. When we get to the bridge, we will know how to cross. Your Hausa cannot do anything again after the demise of Tinubu, after finishing his ruling.
Okay.
Because we will hand over to the Hausa person, not the Fulani, who has been giving us headache from independence. So if Hausa have a stake in Nigeria, Igbo have a stake in Nigeria, Yoruba have a stake in Nigeria, who is Fulani? So when the house is when the house is upside down, that means the bastard is looking for a way to rule. And when you look at the book of Proverbs 18, right from 10, only irun funfun yìí, adùn arúgbó ló yẹ kó jẹ́ tí a bá fi sùúrù darúgbó yẹn. But tí hardship bá lé wa darúgbó, àwọn ìpè kò ní meaning. Then when you look at Proverbs 20 and 24, only kò ní lárí. When the person wanted to buy a chicken, the seller will hold it in the leg. Then the person want to buy will clip the 2 hands together. He said, this is what you want to sell for me? But when he get home, he will be jubilated that he bought something cheap. The time of a cheap article is gone for the Hausa, because the Hausa will find their level before the Tinubu's regime end up.
Wow.
Because Tinubu must make sure, according to the prediction, to promote the Hausas, because they've been relegated to the last in the military. Everything is Fulani. You know, the man said it from his mouth and said, I will not be comfortable to do my government with anybody. That is the Buhari, except the person is a Fulani person. But they know they don't have a place here. They don't have a place here. And that's why they be jumping everywhere to marry, to do this, to do that. Even the other Alaafin that wanted to come in the other day has the traces of Odmadafolio. History will come. Obasanjo destroy history in Nigeria, but you cannot kill history. History will surely come to the center stage anytime needed. When you talk about Adelabu and the Alaafin the other time, you will now go to the history and see the lawyer back to death because the Alaafin said Shilomagboku is in the record and it's there till tomorrow. So, but if the history is not there, and when you look at things all apart, and look at the book Animal Farm, and when you look at the book of Julius Caesar and the Great Expectation, you will see that all these using sledgehammer to subject everything. Look at the quota system. Most of the Hausas and Fulani that came to University of Lagos, their jam was 20, 30. Why the Yorubas who scored 350, 320, they won't give them because they are in power. And when you look at this same man who is the emir of Kano today, all his education is around Lagos. He's around Lagos. That was why he was so free to do the havoc he did to Akimbola, because he has the hatred. Then when he was in CBN, he was carrying the check in his front pocket. He's so arrogant. Sanusi believes he's above the law. There was a lady they were looking for in Bayelsa area, and they found it in his palace. And that's how they normally use the Fulani in the house to impregnate people from Delta and everything, so that they wanted to go into us. So, but if that's their plan, and it's not God's plan, and when you look at what happened in the book of Genesis 38 from 10, he said, my son is dead. Madam, leave my house. But the other boy who wanted to make love to the lady so that he can raise a child for his brother refused to release his sperm into the lady. Then the Lord decided to kill the person. Then when you look at what happened again in Joshua 10, and then Joshua 6, 21 to 25, he said, whoever, when Tinubu finishes tenure, who will raise this opera again, will use the blood of his first son to do it. Do you see the Arawas are powerless now? They are powerless. Atiku and Obasanjo, they sold the refinery. But Yar'Adua bought it back. And then the refineries are working now. Then kudos to the regime of Tinubu. Then now, Dangote is G3. Then Boa is coming with his own. The refinery will soon be out. But we are going to gas now. So automatically we may not need petrol. Where is kerosene now? We don't see kerosene again. Gas has come and swallowed kerosene. There's no any house you can get to. So don't worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow take good course of himself. Anybody who is coming to give us trouble, because God sent Tinubu to go and do this job. So when he finished, we will know. Because when you look at the book of Galatians 6, 1 to 3, 2 Timothy 3, 1 to 8, he said it. That if the Catholic people can apologize to all the atrocity they committed, so we are still waiting for apology notes from the Northerners and the Igbos.
Okay.
Yeah, they really marginalized. They are the English they are using on themselves. Is the Yoruba they did that on. They have excess money in Igbo land. They don't know what to do with money in Igbo land. The whole place covered called the Igbo land is just that it's the land space of Oyo State. Gbogbo state tó ń yọ márààrún yẹn kò tó Ìbàdàn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní senator, wọ́n ní house of assembly member, wọ́n ní gbogbo everything. So automatically kò sí owó yẹn ti pọ̀ jù. Ìyẹn náà fi ń yọ Èkó lẹ́nu tó fi ń rìn káàkiri, but wọn ò lè yọ owó yẹn ò kárí òbí kò bá náà ti bí tọ̀hún. Wọ́n ṣe máa wọn tó gbé igbó dọ̀la tó ń mi cocaine nínú Igbo tó ń ṣe pa 9 one day ní lẹ́yìn odi. Igbo dẹ̀ ṣe ń lọ sí India láti lọ ta kidney ẹ̀. Wọ́n ṣe mú olówó wọn sí London láti ṣẹ́ wọn nítorí pé ó fẹ́ lọ ra kidney. That's the former Senator Ekweremadu. So automatically Ekweremadu now they gave him money. That go and the institution in your state, go and set up this department, so that you can have everything intact. But he said the first money given to him, none of you can collect it from me. He used it.
The wife was released about 2 days
Then
ago.
later again, look at what happened. The same illness happened to the daughter.
Yeah.
So dialysis center that they're supposed to have in their own university, Ekweremadu has stole the money. But he paid dearly with his life.
Yes.
So he will now come back now to the country, himself and the wife as an ex-convict. As what? Their name has changed.
Yeah.
Because of greediness. Greedy and avarice. So automatically, and it's only 6 feet. It's only what? 6 feet. If you die, it's 6 feet. If you are going, they will remove you from the house. They will remove you from the car. They will remove you from your friend. They will remove you from your wife. Then Psalm 49, 2 Samuel 14, Ezekiel 14. Then when you look at what he said in Joshua 15, from 10, he said for me and my family. But later they said no, it's not for you and your family. That's what we came about Ezekiel 14. He said if these 3 people comes back now, me ara wọn nìkan ló máa ṣe kíni ló máa lè gbàlà. So má worry. Báwo làwa ṣe dàgbà tó tó yìí? Ọlọ́run ló fún wa láàyè. Koríko tó dàgbà yẹn, Olúwa ló fún wa láàyè. So má kó sáyà pé títí ló ń bá lọ, ìyá máa jẹ Yorùbá. Tàbá débẹ̀, nǹkan la ti ń jẹ láyé kọ́gẹ̀dẹ̀ tó dé. Nǹkan la ti ń jẹ títí dàárọ̀ ní China. They said the numbers of fish that has no name in China, that they have not given name, is millions. But we'll be eating fish. Before I came into this world, fish did not finish. So anybody that is looking for anything, trouble, the Lord will give you back to him. Look at how the Israelites, and when you look at Isaiah 39, he said for you opening your door, for the enemy to see all the armory. He said what will happen is, we are going to do this, we will now send your family, they will go into slavery. That's what come about Psalm 137, by the rivers of what? Of Babylon. Then at the end of the day after that, when they got to where they took them to, Daniel 1 verse 8, he said, don't give me food from the palace, because we are here as a slave. And you work out the miracle. In chapter 2, from 10 to 16, he now said, what we need to do now, give us time to interpret your dream. And he had interpreted the dream, and the gods so everything there was in their favor. When you go to Nahum 3, 4, and 5, he said all what they took down there, all what they worked for in slavery was returned, and what they took away was returned. So don't worry. Allow God to take his preeminence. Whereas Wanyan voted this last election, it's no more. Then when you look at it, the other senator, Andy Uba, voted. It's no more. One day Marcus will go, you will go, everybody will go. Then there will be a time when now they can tag, during the Tinubu regime, they can tag Mayor Tiala, a terrorist. That cannot happen before. Even Kanu too is a terrorist. Then the EPA that was living outside Nigeria is a terrorist. All sit down at home on every Monday. They're just giving them 3 days. That cannot happen. That cannot happen during Obasanjo regime. What happened in Odi? Tinubu Obasanjo did not tolerate it. Before killing one soldier, he wiped everywhere away. Now they are killing soldiers in Igbo land. And Obasanjo is looking. So automatically, don't bother. Don't take your question back there. Let me tell you what is in the prediction. There is going to be, all the toll gates needs to come back.
That says
all the toll gate has to come back.
Sir.
It was one person that rubbish all these toll gates. Is between Obasanjo and Dangote. So that all his trailers and the share that Tinubu and Dangote and Obasanjo has in and that's what the Northerner made him to sign. But we need the toll gate back. In Canada, we use toll gate. In America, we use toll gate. In UK, there's toll gate. So if this one, then the youth will get a job. Go to Koyi. They say, oh, Tinubu put the toll gate this and that. But they are making the money. The road to Ekpe and everywhere now is a fine road. Then anything can happen, you block the toll gate. It even helped the security. And all the people loading human being and goat together, there must be check and balances. So let the toll gate comes back again.
Thank you, Baba.
Then again, all the good people, that the rubbish in NNPC, that from Abeokuta, they're supposed to head the NNPC. They should review all the people that retired in NNPC this year. We have wasted a lot of money on NNPC. People go out for courses and courses and courses and courses. But the minute they drop into Nigeria, the Fulani and the Hausa, we don't allow them to, what they learn there, they will not allow them to use it.
That is my concern.
So that's the waste pipe is too much.
That's my concern.
Then when you come, you go and keep your certificate. And the money they wanted to steal from your end, they will store that money before you come back.
Yes.
So that's the problem. Then the problem we are having in the country is the civil servant. Civil servant is our problem.
Civil servant.
They are just cankerworm. They adjust their age, they adjust their everything. This year they should look into it. If militaries will come back, the civil servant will go and greet them at home. Okay, this is how we stole here. This is how you have to do it, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. We can perfect it this way. Then you go and cause you do it, the civil servant.
So even in the
and then the civil servant again, when they are 60, they want to be 70 before they can retire. Where will their children work? Then what they have gathered in the government, when are they going to set up business? Go to UK. All the business we have in UK are private. Go to Australia, they are private. Go to Argentina, they are private. So they are keeping the money at home. Just using the money for holiday. Now Jeremiah Hosseini is gone. Because I told you before, Tinubu will buy a lot of caskets. Tinubu will buy more than 1,000 caskets of all the great Nigerians who are told before, including Babangida, including Obasanjo, including the Oba of Ijebu-Ode, including even some of the prominent people who sold Nitel. They are going to get their casket between now and 2026. This year is the year of vengeance. This year is the year of vengeance. Because when you look at what happened in the book of 2 Kings 7, from 10, it was the lay people who had disability that brought ability to the country. That if we didn't come and report, God make a siege. Food will walk into this country this year. Between now and July or August, food will be pumping in from everywhere. People will be relaxed. And people will be relieved. And a lot of things will happen for good for those people who have been what? Who has been punished, pushed to the wall. The Lord will now give them comfort. Because now, in Lamentation 4 and 5, he said, our Father has seen. That's why they are selling our water to us. Then in verse 8 and 5, chapter 5 verse 7 said, now what we have is bad because Enoki ni Olowowa. It's like when you are living in New Jersey, you are living in Bloomfield or Oval, Hoover's Avenue, everywhere. So anytime you cross the toll, you will pay or you get your easy pass. And all these about Otudeko and all of them, they are the one marginalizing all the toll gate money before. So they should put sanity to this. We need e-toll gate, computerized toll gate. Put the cable down. All the cars that pass, then the camera and everything. Just like the other time when Fashola was doing rubbish in Lagos State, marking the road, zebra crossing, all this, I was laughing because he was doing rubbish. The computer, the everything, even there is no license. Half of Lagos did not have license. And you think you are doing zebra crossing. Even they cannot read and write. And then the light and everything. How do we go about that? So then, all the private schools, this time around, they are going to see trouble. What made them to destroy government school will happen on them again. You know, children cannot fail in private school. They will be writing the mark and be given the mark and give, look at our education. And if you say Nigeria cannot change, you are lying. Go to Rwanda. Go to Burkina Faso. I predicted before that somebody will come that will look like Sankara. He was in Ghana. He carried his pistol. He's armed to teeth. So he's a young man. He didn't increase his salary. He didn't promote himself. And they're getting everything. All that stolen money in Burkina Faso, they're returning the whole money.
That's Traore.
They're returning the whole money. So that is it. If God wanted, God this year was telling us he will pass through this country.
Sir,
Then when you look at what he said in Ephesians 4, verse 20 to 25, all Nigerians should run away from lies. Because he said in John 14, verse 6 to 10, he said, I'm the way, the truth, and the light. Let us be straightforward. Matthew 23, 1 to 10, Matthew 23, 16 to the end. All the important things in the law we should take. We thank God, kudos to the justice. Of recent, Adedoyin took his appeal to Akure. There's nothing hidden in the judgment given in Oyo State. Go and hang him. If that before, the press body this and that, no. Although if they've not killed him, but we're waiting, the day he will be killed. Like the way he killed that young, brilliant, celestial boy, Adegoke. So that's it.
Baba, thank you very much, sir. This is a brilliant discussion. You predicted in the prediction book that Tinubu should work with Donald Trump to enable him get all the looted funds back to Nigeria in this year. I'm looking at it. How possible is this, sir?
Yes, if the Lord has spoken. When you look at the book of 2 Kings 3, when you read down, he said, is there any musician here who can sing for us? Then they render some choruses. Then the prophet Elijah now said, this night, go and be digging holes. Rain, water will come. Then when you look at the book of 1 King 18, from verse 31 to 42, he said, King, I'm going back home. Rain will fall. The two of them have the same like manner. Donald Trump is an autistic child. Then Tinubu is an autistic child too. And they have the same brain. Even the computer they used to rig that election, it was newly built. And they got their mark. They got the mark, nobody disturbed them. Elon Musk and everything, they try all the good to uproot Democrats. And they uproot them. Because all the causes they are going, look at all the trial. Because they wanted to sworn in him, he only stayed 10 days of his conviction. So automatically, but the Americans said, we started in crisis. Any day we are going down, we'll go down in crisis too. So automatically, nothing. It will help us to retrieve some funds. And when we retrieve all these funds, we'll be able to go and do. Donald Trump is going to visit Nigeria 3 times before he died. It's still coming. He's going to visit Nigeria. Obama, that is our own, did not come because of lesbianism and gay and everything. Because we didn't concede that mother should be married mother and son will be married. So that's the reason. And that was what gave Donald Trump some of the power he has today. Although they are going to work on Donald Trump, it's not safe because those people are modern. Because it was one government that signed it before. Then one government come again to repeal it. Let's wait and see how it goes. So it will help Tinubu, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. When we talk of the one items that I think should be looked into by the president, should be this inheritance tax. For the fact that the Northerners, they are of different perspectives. Their own idea is believing in Sharia. Now, and they believe in this. Now, but the Southwest has a different custom. The Easterners has a different approach to the system. By trying to do a unitary tax system where we are all trying to have a good flavor of life. But these people, they are not the way we are thinking. Their own thinking is more or less like they want to Islamize the nation, of which we heard of recent time that there were some of the Obas in Yoruba land that foster the idea of emancipating what they call a Sharia law in Ekiti. They came in through the back door, did not pronounce it on time. Not until some of our people heard about it and they make noise of this, bringing Sharia into Yoruba land. Ekiti, where is only 5% of the people who are Muslim, now bringing into the place, into law, they launch it, that the state should be operating Sharia. Baba, is not a war coming? Are they not bringing war into the system for us?
I ask you to cool temper.
Yes, sir.
Cool temper. Cool temper. In the Bible, they said, only that the ever dialogue, only could follow in Kinope.
Seria ni.
Surely the Adamic nature, if we are going to set up a unitary system or anything around here, you will see that the first three people, the chairman, the secretary, and the treasurer, they are going to form a caucus. That these 300 people, we are going to shoot them in this way, in this way, in this way, in that way.
Like what is going on in the northern
Yes.
now.
Don't bother about all these things. Live your life the way it suits you. Then we have started building fences since the regime of Babangida. Building what?
Fences.
Circle.
Okay.
But during the time of Awolowo, we are building bridges to connect and connect and connect and connect and connect. But now we are not connecting. And when you look at our ladies, everybody is looking for a husband. They cannot have. And when you look at the Aba women riot, it was the English people. And when you look at the Catholic people, when they do come to any part of the Africa, what they first grab is land. But now they are real estate owners everywhere in London, everywhere. So, but let God take his preeminence. Even the way you are putting the question, don't worry. Don't set your question to annoy anybody. And don't ever clamor for war. The Igbo said they are leaving in January, in December. But they're still here. Then the general, Bode George, said I'm leaving immediately. Tinubu win the election. I will not be here again. We're still going everywhere. Eating is Amala. There was a trouble between Obasanjo and the police chief the other time, Tafa Balogun. Then at the end of the day, one is gone. One is still remaining. And you remember when the Awolowo won the two of them, he warned Bola Ige. And then the other man in charge of Afolabi run away from Obasanjo. Obasanjo is a lion, he's a tiger. Both of you are just goats and sheep. So anytime you cross his border, it's Obasanjo that will eat you in his belly. And the two of them was destroyed in Obasanjo's regime. Those are the predictions you should follow. Even by next tomorrow. By the end of this, before the end of this year, 5 generals, they are going to the grave.
5 generals?
They are going to the grave. They will be general in the grave there. Then Jeremiah Hussein is gone now. Then you will be thinking about Babangida, Obasanjo, and think about the other man, Yadua. With what they did in COVID, himself and the in-law and everything, their casket is very close. Then the Oba of Benin need to be careful. Everything is there. You have seen it all. Even the governor they brought in there now is a non-entity, but they have to do his packaging. They've started working on him. They took him to Senate and brought him back there. But let God take the preeminence. The Adamic nature is when you look at Genesis 3, verse 1 to 10, then Isaiah 53, 6. Then when you look at Psalm 55, from 10, he said the people living around us, they are the one causing the commotion. But he said in the book of Proverbs 22, 1 to 5, only if you see the rich and the poor fighting, he said, don't wade into it. Allow God who created the two of them, and Proverbs 1, Proverbs 2 and 3. Then when you look at Malachi 1, Malachi 2, and Malachi 3, Hosea 4, verse 10. Then when you look at what he said in Haggai 1, he said, these things you are doing to yourself is not right. Then Nahum 2, 1-5. He said I did not have any issue with you. Only me will be more, but be a son. Let us see. Most of us will not get to the end of the year, and we are not planning a house. For a madman who has 3 buildings in Nigeria, you must be a madman. You only need 1 room. You only need 1 room. Then if you say, if you want to prove that you are stubborn, you're always wasting your time. Stubbornness cannot take you to anywhere. It's better we do the right thing. Look at Omishore, look at all of them. And look at Adeleke and what they are doing in their states. The 2 governors, what they are doing, the governor for Oyo and the governor for Osun, they are just there as nobody can touch them. But let's wait and see. They will still be thrown out of the country before 2028 for illness. But then we look at Gaddafi, look at Idi Amin, look at the family of Mobutu Sese Seko, who built the whole Belgium. See what we are getting there. So it's the book. We are launching the book on the 8th. Just come and take your copy. Because it's 420 pages. It's not the one that Adeboye was telling you on the pulpit. It's not the one, all the Nigerian pastors who turned themselves to be a prophet. He's talking, no. The Lord, for 3 weeks, he revealed everything to me. Then it's going to be in the library. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you, Daddy.
Yes, sir.
We are grateful to have you in our time, the most study months of our period.
Thank you, sir.
We pray for longevity of life.
Thank you, sir.
And prosperity, as God is having it on your side.
Thank you, sir.
He will continue to bless you more.
Thank you,
with
sir.
good life and other sound health.
Thank you, sir.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you very much, sir.
But so that's the problem. Now that in Cotonou, so what is happening in that area? Because they will be using that border to be bringing things bad into the country. So that area needs to be monitored very much this year. After the toll gate, Lagos to block all the toll gate in everywhere. We can make money from all the cars coming into Lagos. If you come into Lagos 4 times, then you pay 4 times.
Everybody come and see. I say come and hear. I don't carry and come. Better information, superb advertisement. We no get it right far. Oh, to get update and get informed. Oh, come to Celestial Half Hour. Celestial Half Hour TV. Now we be the best information carrier.